I want to head to the Normandy in this episode, but there's one thing we still have to do. Because yesterday I was doing some photo mode for a screenshot, a thumbnail for my video today. And I realized that I triggered a side quest that I did not even think could be triggered at this point, but yeah. Let's see, and for that we have to return to Flux. Which we will do, and then we will move on from the Citadel. For now, we will return back, of course, at some point. But for now... wait, I'm stupid. Let's get up here. Let's see. Yeah. Oh. Hi.
Yeah, what is it?
Seems the owner didn't like the way you played their games.
Doran didn't have a clue what I was doing. He assumed I was cheating.
You were cheating, though, weren't you?
I was just tipping the scales in my favor, only as an experiment.
Still sounds like cheating to me.
To you, maybe. But this device is merely intended to simulate situations and record results. Recording losses is easy, of course. Nobody notices those.
Why do you need to record these outcomes?
Ah, now you're getting to the heart of it. I've spent the last 5 years developing a system that can accurately predict wins and losses on the Quasar. I just need a few more recorded wins and I can complete the algorithms.
Can you do that? Isn't that illegal?
It's illegal to use my system, but I won't use it. I'll sell it to others. I just need a few more wins recorded.
Alright.
Does the device help me win?
The device is set to emit a frequency that will slightly increase your odds. Nothing like my system eventually will, but enough to allow you to record your wins more quickly.
Why don't you just sell the device then?
What? No. This device is archaic. It uses brute force to achieve its goal. Besides, you saw how easily it was detected. My system, when it's complete, will be far more efficient and completely undetectable.
Does the device help me win?
Oh, wait.
The device is set to nothing like my system eventually will, but enough
That's
to allow
something
you to
Mass
record your
Effect
wins more
does
quickly.
regularly, that it like switches out these things and then you
Does
click
the
on
device help me win?
The device
things
is
again
set to
like I
emit a
did just
frequency
did
that will
now.
slightly, nothing like my system eventually will, but enough to allow you to record
Oh,
your
yeah.
wins more quickly.
Most important
What's
point.
in this for me?
Yeah.
Keep your winnings. That should be payment enough, I think.
Alright.
I'll help you out.
Huh. I suppose I could let you try it. Here you go. When you've recorded enough wins, it'll let you know. Of course, if you get caught with the device, well, you saw what happened to me. Well, off you go. That data won't collect itself.
Okay, it says that it should tell me when I've done enough, but
What did you hear exactly?
I feel like the limit is like 5 wins, but we will see. Can I do... Have to be a specific machine or... Oh yeah, we could also tell, but... Wait. I have an idea. Alright. Oh, really? Come on. Yes. Let's risk it. Oh yes.
Don't often see someone getting as lucky as you.
Yahoo. I might lose the device. Let's quit and then let's do this.
Welcome to Flux. Name's Doran. What can I do for you?
Oh, wait.
Goodbye.
Enjoy your time here at Flux.
I'm not sure if I have enough. I have in my mind that it's 5 times, but it could be less. But whatever. You have enough? Okay. You have recorded enough wins for Shaw's Device. Do you wish to keep playing? No. Alright, let's return it to him. Just for Renegade reasons, because I don't think you get like a reward if you bring the device back to the club owner.
So, did you record 5 wins with the device yet?
Here you go. I hope it's what you're looking for.
Excellent indeed. This will provide me with invaluable data. You enjoy those winnings. I'm gonna get the system completed.
Nice. Alright, now we can go to the Normandie. Oh wait, I could actually use this. We have to get there from CSEC. Alright.
Coming up in a report later today, Emily Wong investigates corruption on the Citadel and uncovers a full-blown crime syndicate.
Good for her. I mean, we helped, of course, but still. Oh, there they are, discussing.
I've got big news for you, Shepard. Captain Anderson is stepping down as commanding officer of the Normandie. The ship is yours now.
She's quick and quiet, and you know the crew. Perfect ship for a Spectre. Treat her well, Commander.
This isn't right. The Normandie belongs to you.
You needed your own ship. A Spectre can't answer to anyone but the Council. And it's time for me to step down.
Come clean with me, Captain. You owe me that much.
I was in your shoes 20 years ago, Shepard. They were considering me for the Spectres.
Why didn't you ever mention this?
What was I supposed to say? I could have been a Spectre, but I blew it? I failed, Commander.
I mean,
it's not something
damn.
I'm proud of. Ask me later and I'll tell you the whole story. For now, all you need to know is, I was sent on a mission with Saren, and he made sure the Council rejected me. I had my shot. It came and went. Now you have a chance to make up for my mistakes.
Saren's not gonna get away this time.
Saren's gone. Don't even try to find him. But we know what he's after. The conduit. He's got his Geth scouring the Traverse looking for clues.
We had reports of Geth in the Pharaoh system shortly before our colony there dropped out of contact, and there have been sightings around Noveria.
Find out what Saren was after on Pharos and Noveria. Maybe you can figure out where the conduit is before he does.
The Reapers are the real threat.
I'm with the Council on this one, Shepard. I'm not sure they even exist.
But if they do exist, the conduit's the key to bringing them back. Stop Saren from getting the conduit, and we stop the Reapers from returning.
I'll stop him.
We have one more lead. Matriarch Benezia, the other voice on that recording. She has a daughter, a scientist who specializes in the Protheans. We don't know if she's involved, but it might be a good idea to try and find her. See what she knows. Her name's Liara, Dr. Liara Tassoni. We have reports she was exploring an archaeological dig on one of the uncharted worlds in the Artemis Tau cluster.
Yeah, we can pretty much choose, so it doesn't really matter what I say here.
Maybe I can get to Noveria before the Geth.
It's your decision, Commander. You're a Spectre now. You don't answer to us.
But your actions still reflect on humanity as a whole. You make a mess and I get stuck cleaning it up.
Yeah,
I'll take care of Saren. You take care of the political fallout.
Not exactly the answer I was looking for, Shepard. Remember, you were a human long before you were a Spectre. I have a meeting to get to. Captain Anderson can answer any questions you might have.
All right.
Yes, Commander?
How are you holding up?
Honestly, this isn't how I pictured my career coming to an end.
Oh.
Pushing papers really isn't my thing, but you're the one who can stop Saren. I believe in you, Shepard. If that means I have to step aside, so be it.
Tell me what happened with you and Saren 20 years ago.
It's close to 20 years ago now. Ambassador Goyle was our representative here on the Citadel. Like Udina, she wanted to get a human into the Spectres. She chose me. The Council sent Saren to keep an eye on me and evaluate my performance, just like they sent Nihilus to keep tabs on you.
I trusted you. You betrayed me.
Jesus, it's not that dramatic.
It's not something I'm proud of. I had a chance to become the first human Spectre, and I failed. Saren made sure of that.
I think I deserve the whole story.
We had intel on a rogue scientist being funded by Batarian interests. He was trying to set up a facility to develop illegal AI technology out in the Verge. Alliance intel had done all the work, but the Council wanted a Spectre involved. We compromised. I was assigned to help Saren in his investigation. We tracked the scientist to a refining facility on Kamala. He was hidden away somewhere inside, protected by an army of Batarian mercenaries. The plan was simple. Sneak into the plant, capture the scientist, sneak back out. Quick, quiet, and a minimum of bloodshed.
I'm guessing things didn't go as planned?
Saren and I split up to cover more ground. Then about halfway through the mission, there was a massive explosion in the refinery core. Officially, it was ruled an accident, but I think Saren detonated it on purpose to draw off the enemy guards.
He was smart. You needed a diversion.
This went way beyond a simple diversion, Commander. The explosion tore the refinery to shreds. The whole place was on fire. Black chemical clouds poured out into the atmosphere. Nobody inside survived. There was a camp for the workers and their families nearby. Between the fires and the toxic fumes, the final death count was over 500. Mostly civilians. Saren didn't care. The target was eliminated, mission accomplished, and I ended up taking the blame. That ended all talk of me joining the Spectres.
Saren caused the explosion. How'd he pin it on you?
In his report, Saren accused me of blowing his cover. He said it was my fault the guards were ready for us. He claimed that's why it turned into a massacre. Saren's report was all the proof the Council needed to kill my chances of becoming a Spectre.
Why'd you let him get away with it?
Who do you think the Council was going to listen to? Me? Or their best agent? I had a bad feeling about him right from the start. I should have been more careful. Maybe I could have stopped things before they got out of hand.
Don't blame yourself, Captain.
I don't. I blame Saren. I think he wanted things to go bad. He was looking for an excuse to blow that refinery. Maybe he just likes the violence. Maybe he was just trying to make me look bad to keep humans out of the Spectres. If so, he pulled it off.
Why'd you let him get away with it?
Oh.
Who do you think the Council... I had a bad feeling about him right from the start. I should have been more careful.
Don't blame yourself.
Maybe he just likes the violence.
The only thing I care about is stopping Saren.
Okay,
You're
that's
right.
one way to end the conversation.
It's no good.
Alright.
Any extra intel you can give me on our colony at Pharos?
The entire planet used to be one giant Prothean city. Mostly ruins now. But some of the infrastructure is still intact. The colony tried to build on what the Protheans left behind. We lost all contact with them when the Geth attacked.
What do you know about the Artemis Tau cluster?
Not much. I've never been there myself. A handful of systems with a few small, uncharted worlds, but no real colonies. Might not be easy finding Dr. Tassoni out there. My advice is to look for the world with the Prothean ruins.
Alright.
What can you tell me about Novaria?
Novaria's trouble. Always has been. The whole planet's basically a center for corporations to conduct illegal research. Watch your back there, Shepard. Spectres are about the only form of citadel authority Novaria respects. But they aren't popular.
What do you know about Armiston Baines?
Where did you hear that name? Never mind, I don't want to know. Baines is dead. Has been for quite some time.
So why are people talking like he's still alive?
It's not common knowledge. Military's keeping it under wraps. Baines was doing some high-level work for the Alliance. Stuff even I wasn't aware of. One day he turns up dead on a drifting scout ship. Everyone suspects it was foul play, but it was never officially investigated.
What can you tell me about the ship?
I don't know much about it. You should talk to Admiral Kahoku. One of his crews discovered Baines' body.
I spoke to Kahoku. He never brought it up.
You should mention Baines the next time you see him. See if he'll tell you anything. Is there anything else, Commander?
Alright.
I should go.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Alright. Let's actually head back to Admiral Kahoku and get this out of the way.
Chairman Burns of the Parliament Subcommittee on Transhuman Studies has been kidnapped by biotic extremists.
Oh God.
The biotics commandeered a freighter and were last seen in the Hades Gamma Cluster. No demands have yet been made.
Alright. Right, we are probably going to investigate that. Let me use rapid transit so that we can get around faster. I kind of wish there would be one near closer to the Normady and that you don't have to take the elevator all the time, but it is what it is. I want to actually go here. Alright.
No, I'm waiting to speak. Commander, any luck finding my recon group?
Captain Anderson said you had information on Baines.
Not as much as I'd like to. One of my crews found him, frozen stiff on board a derelict vessel. The missing recon group? The one I sent you to find? They were scouting the system we found Baines' ship in.
You should have mentioned this earlier, Admiral.
Baines is already dead. It's too late for him. I'm only concerned about my team. Someone has to find them. Please, Shepard, I'm counting on you.
Alright, I'm still going to do it. Is that it for Baines? Maybe. Probably. Interesting. Alright. Yeah, that's unfortunately already it. I mean, yeah. I have to be quite honest with you, I've played this game a couple of times. I still don't know what's going exactly on with Baines. Maybe I never paid, like, good enough attention, but, like... Feel free to let me know in the comments. Because it's not a spoiler for me, of course. So... if someone of you has input...
Tally? It looked like you got some dirty looks back there.
Many think less of Quarians for traveling in the flotilla and for creating the Geth. They see us as scavengers, little better than thieves.
That's sort of what I heard about your people. I guess you're not in any one place long enough for people to get to know you.
Alright, let's board the Normady.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress.
Alright.
I heard what happened to Captain Anderson. Survives 100 battles and then gets taken down by backroom politics. Just watch your back, Commander. Things go bad on this mission, you're next on their chopping block.
Captain Anderson should be the one in charge. It's like I'm stealing the ship from him.
Yeah, the captain got screwed. But it's not like you could have stopped it. Nobody's blaming you. Everyone on this ship's behind you, Commander. 100%. Intercom's open. If you got anything you want to say to the crew, now's the time.
Crew, this is Commander Shepard.
We have our orders. Find Saren before he finds the conduit.
None of the other species has the guts, grit, or balls to deal with this.
So it's up to us. We're the only ones who can stop Saren. I swear to you all, we will stop him.
Well said, Commander. Captain will be proud.
He doesn't matter anymore? Oh god.
Fancy speeches won't stop Saren from finding the conduit. If we really want to make the captain proud, we better get this bird in the air.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh god. Oh, right, there are some codex entries. As I said in like an earlier stream, I'm not going to read all the codex entries because I know a lot of the stuff. So yeah. Also, especially if you like tactical ship stuff, most of the time you probably wouldn't. Someone could probably not understand it anyway.
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship, though.
Speak freely, Presley. I want to know if you have a problem with non-humans.
It's not that, Commander. Humanity has always handled its own problems. Saren attacked one of our colonies. We should be the ones to stop him. We don't need their help.
This is bigger than humanity. Saren's a threat to every species in the galaxy, and I'll welcome anyone who wants to help me bring him down.
I guess so. Maybe I'm just stuck in the old ways of thinking. But don't worry, Commander, this won't be a problem.
How did you end up assigned to the Normady?
I signed up with the Alliance as a navigator right out of school, following in my grandfather's footsteps, I guess. My first posting was on the Agincourt. We were at Elysium during the Skillian Blitz. A massive fleet of alien raiders hit the colony, trying to wipe it out. They had the numbers, but their ships were no match for an Alliance frigate. It was a slaughter. We couldn't even keep track of how many ships they lost.
How'd you end up on the Normandy?
I got my officer's commission after Elysium. Must have made an impression on the right people. Captain asked for me when he was picking his crew.
Nice.
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, ma'am.
Alright. Time for a quick ship tour. This is the CIC. This is the galaxy map that we will be using to no end. This is the meeting room, where we have an FTL comlink. It is up for the codex. If we go to the lower deck with these wonderful winding stairs, we find ourselves in, I think, the weaponry. Yeah, we have the mess hall, weaponry, Caden standing around doing something. Our crew quarters, or not our crew, our personal quarters, more or less. Yes, there's a locker where we can change our thing. Here are sleeper pods, which I think you just get in and then you sleep. You never see any people inside them. Also, they look dusty as hell. Or I don't know what's happened to these two. Anyways. Yes, and over there is the medical bay. Behind there is another office. We're going to talk with Caden for a second.
Anything you need, Commander?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
I don't see how we could have done things any better. At least not without getting to Eden Prime sooner. And we were on the scene faster than any other Alliance ship could have been.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
You said one sentence.
Commander?
Alright. It was also nice talking to you. Yeah, let's take the very long and slow elevator down. There we go. Here's like a meeting area for all of our other crewmates. Here's the Mako. Also a vehicle that we're going to drive excessively in this game. We have an Alliance requisition officer. And let's talk to all the people here. Hi, Rex.
Nice ship you've got, Shepard. What can I do for you?
What's your story, Rex?
There's no story. Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
You Krogans live for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
Okay, time to be an idiot.
Yeah, they tried the same with us, but we fought them off.
It's not the same.
Seems similar enough to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation? An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth? And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
So what? Oh god.
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
I was just making conversation. I wasn't trying to upset you.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard. As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago. The genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected, every one. And no one's rushing to find a cure.
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist? You ask a Krogan, would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
Rex.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Oh, one more thing I just have to do.
Shepard.
Rex.
There we go. Alright, Ashley, what do you have for us?
Commander?
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Kinda wish you'd got there sooner, Commander. No offense, I appreciate the rescue. I just wish...
Stop dwelling.
We came as soon as we got the distress call, even with the fastest ship in the fleet.
You did the best you could, Commander. It's my fault. If I had been more alert, we wouldn't have been cut down by an ambush.
Oh god, why are we so extremely mean to her?
The answer seems plain enough to me. Be more alert.
Aye, aye, Commander. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Alright, not that bad, but still. A little bit cold.
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
I'm sorry, Commander. I need to get my duties squared away. I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
Fine, no one wants to be friends.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am.
Alright. Garrus.
Thanks for bringing me on board, Commander.
Of course, bestie.
Spectre would be better than life at CSEC.
Have you worked with the Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
True.
Being a Spectre does have its advantages.
Exactly my point. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it. But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. CSEC's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
You did the right thing. Life's too short to sit around waiting for things to happen.
Yeah, you're probably right. Either way, I plan to make the most of this. And without CSEC headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
As long as you do your job well, you're free to go about your business as you see fit.
Thank you, Commander.
Of course. Everything for you. Alright. Oh, Mako. Codex entry.
Hey, Commander. Looking for some extra supplies before you head out?
What have you got?
Whatever you want. Armor, weapons, mods. It's not standard Alliance issue, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Well, as long as you don't mind paying for it.
Why should I pay you for my weapons and armor?
My stuff doesn't come from the Alliance. I have to purchase it myself, and it's not cheap. Hell, the licenses alone have set me back more than I'd like. But no licenses, no goods. Without the goods, I'm out of a job.
Not right now, thanks.
Whatever.
No problem. Keep checking back.
Also, I feel like I've never bought anything from him. So yeah. Okay, let's check on Tali and then we might do a couple of side missions. Oh, there's also Engineer Adams.
Hey, Commander, you know that Quarian Tali? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
I'll get rid of her. Oh god.
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
I mean, that's just lying, so...
Where else have you served, Adams?
If you name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything from dreadnoughts and carriers right down to frigates like the Normady. My last assignment was on the Tokyo. Only a cruiser, but she was a good ship. Couldn't hold a candle to the Normady, though.
Fill me in on the IES stealth system. How does it work exactly?
You can't hide a ship out in space. They emit too much heat and radiation. Too easy for sensors to pick them up, unless you find a way to capture those emissions. So our stealth systems trap the energy we give off in storage sinks built into the ship itself. No emissions to give away our location. Eventually the sinks have to be vented. More than a few hours silent running and they overheat. Cook us inside our own hull.
There's no way for anyone to detect us?
A visual scan can still pick us up. Anyone looking out a window can see us plain as day. But you have to be pretty close to get an actual visual out in space. Most vessels rely on scanners. As long as the stealth systems are engaged, they can't see us. Not unless we accelerate to FTL speeds.
Why doesn't it work with faster-than-light travel?
Cranking up to FTL blue shifts our emissions, pushes them into frequencies too high to capture in the sinks. As soon as we make the jump, it's like setting off a flare. Sensors can pick up our location whenever we enter or exit FTL flight, but for short-range missions, our stealth systems are amazing, and we've got the only one.
I want to know more about the Normady.
She's the best ship I've ever served on, probably the fastest vessel ever designed. And she's the only one using the new Tantalus drive core.
What's so special about the Tantalus drive core?
Proportionally, it's about twice the size of any other vessel. Not only are we faster, but we can run at FTL speeds longer before we have to discharge the core.
Fancy. Alright.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Tali.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
I don't like the idea of aliens studying the architecture of Alliance ships.
We're on the same side here. My people have more reason to hate the Geth than anyone, remember? But you can't blame me for being a little excited. I never dreamed I'd get a chance to travel on a ship as advanced as the Normady.
Shepard. Oh, I have such a hard time with being mean to the squad mates. Oh god.
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla. Grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile. All I know is the story of their origins. What they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
Interesting.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
How come the Council didn't step in and stop you?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal. The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. 1 million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
Yes, the good old storyline of the AI becomes unhinged and turns against its creators. But yeah.
So the Geth share brain power?
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in a group, the smarter they are.
So there's some sort of group consciousness?
No, nothing like that. They cannot share sensory data or information. Their programming cannot handle that much simultaneous input. Each Geth maintains an individual awareness and identity. The neural network only operates on a process-based level. It's basically the synthetic equivalent of a subconscious. But when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for original or independent thought.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm probably oversimplifying. The Geth are incredibly advanced and complex creations. All you need to know is that they get smarter when they gather in large numbers. As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
I don't see what's so bad about those questions.
The Geth were created to engage in mundane, repetitive, or dangerous manual labor. That's fine for machines, but it won't satisfy a sentient being for long. The Geth were showing signs of rudimentary self-awareness and independent thought. If the Geth were intelligent, then we were essentially using them as slaves. It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
You didn't really think they'd just let you destroy them without a fight, did you?
The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the Veil. Now we drift through space, exile, searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
Serves you right. Not going to say that.
It's hard to feel sorry for you. Your ancestors tried to wipe out another species.
Okay, this is...
We made a mistake when we
Oh God.
created the Geth in the first place. But we did not make a mistake when we went to war against them. If we had not acted, they would have wiped us out. They're a synthetic life form. They have no use for organics. None. Why do you think they cut themselves off from the rest of the galaxy? Why do you think they've killed every organic being who's ever tried to contact them?
They didn't kill Saren.
What does that tell you? The Geth are not innocent victims in all this. They're the enemy. They want to destroy us. Not just the Quarians. All organic life. That's why they've joined up with Saren. And that's why we have to stop him.
Alright. Sorry. I was thinking a sneeze was coming.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child.
Mm-hmm.
If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births, though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials?
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
Interesting. So that's also like a measure to prevent people from abusing their power, which is pretty interesting. Oh, no.
I doubt I can tell you. All I know is the story of their... Like what?
Let's ask about the
More
pilgrimage.
about the pilgrimage.
When my people reach maturity, we leave our birth ships and seek acceptance with a new crew. It's necessary to maintain genetic diversity among the fleet. But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we embark on a pilgrimage. We set out alone, leaving the flotilla and our families behind us. We only return once we have found something of value we can bring back to the fleet. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. If the gift is accepted, we are welcomed into the crew.
Can a captain choose to reject the gift?
That doesn't happen often. Most captains are eager to increase the size of their crew. It increases their own standing in our society. Even when the gift is not particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts it out of a sense of tradition. However, there is a stigma to presenting a substandard gift. It's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile.
I can't believe they just send you off alone.
It's not like they just cast us out. Before we leave, we are given lessons in how to survive outside the flotilla, and given gifts to help us on our journey. We also receive implants to fight off sickness and disease. Generations of living in an isolated and highly controlled environment have left our immune systems weaker than most. By the time we leave the fleet, we are well equipped for the pilgrimage. This is a rite of passage for all Quarians. If it were dangerous, our numbers would suffer. Virtually every pilgrimage ends with a triumphant return and the ritual presentation of the gift to one of the fleet's captains.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
I want to know more
I guess we're...
about Geth.
Damn it.
All I know is the story
I want
of...
to talk about
like what?
else.
I think we're done. Yeah. Okay.
I should go.
I'm sorry that I'm
See you later.
always so quiet during the dialogue options. That's mostly due to the fact that I kind of know everything that people are going to say. And also, like, still the dialogue is still so interesting to me, and I kind of don't want to interrupt it with, like, talking. If I feel like there's something worth noting, I will note it. Also, I feel like I can make a bad joke, then I will probably also do it, but yeah. But yeah, the Mass Effect games are very, very dialogue heavy. So yeah, we will probably have a couple of streams or episodes on YouTube where it's like a lot of talking, like this one. But that's also like kind of like helping the world building in the charm. Also, I wanted to talk to Joker.
Commander, something you need?
How's the Normady performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet, if you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
I like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I can see where this is going. You did a background check on me, didn't you? Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told the captain. You want me as your pilot. I'm not good. I'm not even great. I am the best damn helmsman in the Alliance fleet. Top of my class in flight school, I earned that. All those commendations in my file, I earned every single one. Those weren't given to me as charity for my disease.
I can't have you on this ship if you're going to infect my crew.
Infect the crew? Oh, man, you have no idea what I'm talking about, do you? Okay, I've got Vrolik syndrome, brittle bone disease. The bones in my legs never develop properly. They're basically hollow, too much force and they'll shatter. Even with crutches and my leg braces, it's hard to get around. One wrong step and crack! It's very dramatic, but I've learned to manage my condition, Commander. Put the Normady in my hands and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless, you know, you like the sound of snapping shin bones.
Why does everyone call you Joker?
It's a lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I love to make little children laugh.
I was just thinking how much you remind me of Santa Claus.
Look, I didn't pick the name. One of the instructors in flight school used to bug me about never smiling. She started calling me Joker, and it stuck.
Why didn't you ever smile?
Hey, I worked my ass off in flight school, Commander. The world's not gonna hand you anything if you go around grinning like an idiot. By the end of the year, I was the best pilot in the academy, even better than the instructors, and everybody knew it. They'd all got their asses kicked by the sickly kid with the creaky little legs. One guess who was smiling at graduation?
I need to know more about this Vrolik syndrome if I'm putting my ship in your hands.
Yeah, of course you do. It's an extremely rare condition. Nobody knows exactly what causes it. Genetic, maybe. It's treatable, but there's no cure. They classify my case as moderate to severe. I was born with over a dozen fractures, hip, thighs, ankles. My bones were already breaking in the womb.
Jesus.
100 years ago, I wouldn't have survived past my first year. Lucky for me, modern medical science has turned me into a productive member of society.
You're not gonna break a bone trying to fly the ship, are you?
I don't fly with my feet, Commander, so I'm fine as long as I'm in this chair. I gotta be real careful when I get up to take a piss, though. I can do my job as well as anyone on the ship. Better, actually. So don't worry about it.
Right.
I have to go.
Alright, see ya.
I think that was everything with Joker. We will probably catch up with him later on as well. So yeah. That was our tour through the ship. Quite nice. Let's see. Oh. Let's open the galaxy map. I want to do at least one side mission. Oh god, I already forgot how this works. That's the way. Alright. As you can see, we have a lot of clusters to check out. Actually, let me see if I can do one of these assignments. Okay, let's see if we have the Hades Gamma cluster available to us. Otherwise, I will just get my voice back and see what else we can do. Rho, Gemini Sigma, Hades Gamma. Oh, we might not do. Let's just go to a random system, and then we will see. All right. Let's see. Uranium, nice. So yeah, basically what you do in these systems is that you do this. You click on every planet. On one of them you can land. On the others you can sometimes do a survey and then find like stuff like this, like matriarchs writings. So yeah. I will do all of this very, very quickly. There's also a side mission that is, what do I want to say? Related to this, that you have to collect a certain amount of materials or artifacts. But yeah, I probably won't spend stream to complete this. And yeah, also on some planets, you also can land. We're going to land on this planet, do all the stuff that's available there, take a first drive around in the Mako. Let's land on the planet. Who are we going to take? Let's bring Tali and let's bring Rex. So yeah, this is what's most of the side content in Mass Effect. It's getting dropped off in the Mako and just driving over a random planet and checking out all of this stuff. Okay, we have some anomalies. So let's maybe drive this way and pick everything up. Also, I don't think they had the booster here in the original game. And yeah. Also the Mako controls are like pretty clunky. Oh, and yeah, also what's not on the map are those minerals. Those just pop up when you drive by. And then you just quickly get out. No. How do I? Ah, with you. Alright. Oh. Okay. Things are happening. Right. So yeah, that's that. I'm also not maybe going to do all of this. Yeah. You can actually see it's quite a lot of downtime. Which is of course nice to have sometimes. But yeah. Okie dokie. We are close to the debris. there are enemies ahead, apparently. Hi. All right.
Securing point.
Electronic skill too low. Let's do an auto level up for X. I have no points available. This is what I'm talking about. Sometimes, like, I need like my electronic skill leveled up, and also most of the times it's decryption. So yeah, we have to leave this behind for now. But that's fine. Let's actually not drive around blind and see where we have to go. Alright. Oh god. Yeah. You need a very strong stomach to drive in the Mako. Where is it? I think it's this. Oh, wait. We don't run with this. This device is transmitting tight beam signals into geosynchronous orbit. This disrupts the survey team's GPS satellites, causing them to crash nearby. Alright. Let's disable it. Which apparently does something. Yeah, this is where you kind of see like the age of the game, unfortunately, because it's a lot of like drive to this place and then there will be a text prompt and you will just, that's it. But yeah. The second and third game are way better regarding this. But yeah, for now we just have to deal with it. Ah, my sweet little Mako. Oh, I want to go in there. Let's see what we have here first.
It's deserted.
Alright.
According to these data logs, the survey team unearthed some kind of alien technology.
Could be answers at the excavation site.
Alright, okay. Oh, I should check out my weapons maybe and do that. The amount of times that I say in videos that I'm going to do stuff and then I completely forget about them is astonishing. Take that, even though I rarely use grenades. Alright, let's check out that excavation site. Oh, okay. Sometimes the Mako likes to break dance. Alright. Let's get into this mine that's definitely not going to be a trap. There will definitely not be any enemies. Nope. Can't imagine that. Ooh, it's husks. Alright. Let's take maybe some of them out while they don't see us. Also let me maybe miss, which is also fine. Ow. Oh wait, do this. Oh god. The overheating is going to be the biggest problem here. Come on. Oh god. Yep. Keep doing it, guys. Alright.
The survey team must have unearthed some alien technology that turned them into mindless fanatics.
Alright.
Whatever they found, it's long gone now.
Interesting. It's a glowing ball. Can't shoot it. Alright. Okie dokie. Let's look around the place. Because there should be some stuff. Also, no equipment. Yeah. Do I have? No. Heating capacity, but it's slightly lower in accuracy. You know what? Let's just equip this for right now. Rex, what are you working with? Do I have an armor for you? I don't. Tali, also don't have an armor for you. Do I have a new armor? No. Okay. Never mind then. Okay. Okay, we have another locked crate. Right. Also, at some point I will have to probably do some inventory management. I think we're far away from that for now. But yeah. And yes, I'm just smashing the button and hoping for the best. Because that's a viable tactic and I'm lazy. Alright, came from this way. Oh, hi Tali. Are you okay? You know what? You do you. Oh god. Is this locked? Why is this locked? Oh, now it's unlocked. Oh god. 1 second. Yeah. Also, I have powers that could maybe help. Or maybe not. Alright. Oh, I guess they're killing themselves.
Patching you up.
Oh. Did not want to do that, but okay. That accounts for all of the Exogeny survey team. They were converted to cybernetic husks by devices similar to those used by the Geth on Even Prime. How they came to be buried on the frontier world so far from the Geth territory is a mystery. Alright. How did it just... Yeah, I just moved it to the done tasks, I think. I know. Alright. Let's check out if you guys were hiding something interesting in here. Sludge canister. Okay, I don't know why you have what's the word? Assault rifle. Could not think of the word. An assault rifle and a sludge canister, but that's fine. That's your business, not mine. And we have this that we can do. Perfect. Hurricane Survivor. And the Turian armor. Nice. Maybe we can give our boy Garrus a new fit. Alright. That should be it for here. Okay, let's not do that. Let's get up. Also, why am I hunchback? I don't know. Okie dokie. Let's get back into the Mako and check out this final thing over here. Also, sometimes you just have to guess when you're done with the planet. Like most of the times, like planets have that you can line out have like 3 of those minerals and a couple of those. I see a mineral over there. Also, I'm a little bit worried because this world seems perfect for fresher moss, and I'm not really that interested in that. Alright. Uranium. Let's stand right next to it. That's the spirit. Alright. Okay, a little bit of a way to go. Okie dokie. Let's move up here.
Got it.
Alright. And we have an artifact to recover. Turian insignia. Right, that's also another collectible. Alright, we are done. There is another mineral deposit here, but I'm not going to drag you guys into that too much because it's going to take some time. We are going to return to the Normandie